Well, hi everybody, and welcome to another Happy Travellers vlog. Today I'm going to talk about the iBoost Wi-Fi extender system. I've spoken about it before, and I've done the unboxing and the setup and so on. Here it is. This is what it looks like. A couple of power cable, an Ethernet cable to connect the antenna to the Wi-Fi bit. And this goes either on the inside pointing at a Wi-Fi signal, or you can put it on the roof or on the side. Comes with a suction cup, really good. If you've got a clean surface and you wet that a bit, it'll stick on, no worries. But this little bit is the Wi-Fi router. So this gives out a Wi-Fi signal, but it needs to connect to the antenna via an Ethernet cable, and it's one of those sort of standard network cables, that sort of thing. This is called an RJ45 type plug, a little bit like a telephone plug, but this is a bit bigger. And what that does also, it provides the antenna with power. So you don't need a power lead going to the antenna, and it runs what's called power over Ethernet. So it's Ethernet cable, but it has a little power cable in there as well. So it utilises one of the wires in there to deliver power. There are on-off signal strength lights on the back. Nothing's plugged in at the moment, so it won't show anything. But what we did find is that the standard 12 volt cigar lighter plug, which we've been using in the bedroom to power it up, and we've had the antenna sticking out the roof pointing at the Castillo de Manos Wi-Fi signal. It's worked perfectly. But we were plugged into the 240 volt electric, although this is 12 volt. Okay, so we had it plugged into effectively the TV point in the bedroom, which worked fine. Imagine my surprise when I got to my new location, wild camping, left that where it was, got the antenna out, pointed it at the Wi-Fi signal down the way. Nothing was working. Well, the lights on this were working. All these power lights and things were coming on and flashing and all that sort of stuff. But I couldn't log in to the web page that is a sort of local web page within all that kit to do the configuration to connect to the Wi-Fi signal and so on. Because you need to do that every time you move. Once you've done it, you lock it in, job done. Great. Wouldn't work. No matter what I did, I'm not a stranger to IT and setting up Wi-Fi systems. Indeed, I used to do it as a job. So I was baffled. So I sent off a little email with screenshots of everything that I was seeing, all my network settings and all that sort of stuff, to the support guys, or actually sales@motorhomewifi.com, I think, and explained that it was support for iBoost. And they came back the very next morning. I sent it off yesterday. They came back yesterday evening, so that was a pretty quick turnaround on a Saturday as well. And they said, well, you need to make sure that there's enough power going through that Ethernet cable, because the web page where you set things up is delivered by this antenna. So there's a little web server in here that delivers that web page, and it's a tiny web server, and it just delivers the configuration web pages, but it needs that power. And what I found was, the support guys suggested that I use a different power socket, go through the troubleshooting, and I'd already done that. So I used one of my self-installed power, 12-volt sockets down at the front of the van, and guess what? I logged into the web page straight away. It just came on. So weirdly, and this is another reason I'm just so disappointed with the Sargent EC500 sort of control system thing. It deals with power in a weirdy way, because that electrical socket, that 12-volt electrical socket that's supposed to run a TV, while I'm plugged into 240 volt, it delivers more power than when I'm just off the batteries. How does that work? Anyway, that's the way it is. So I'm having to plug in down the front of the van and then try and get to the Wi-Fi signal, which is not very far down there. It's about 100 meters away, maybe. Yeah, about 100 meters away is the Wi-Fi signal. But I'm not getting a connection from there. So I can pick up the Wi-Fi from my brother's house 100 meters away while I'm on his sort of swimming pool patio area, which is halfway, 50 meters. So I was expecting that the Wi-Fi boosted antenna would just reach a bit further. 50 meters is not far. It should be able to get that. It's just dead easy. I mean, I've delivered Wi-Fi signals over 5 miles. Okay, I was up in the air, very clear line of sight, but and boosted antennas, but it's all possible, and we're only 100 meters away, so it should be working. But it's just not. Well, I can see the access point, and I can connect to it, but it's not delivering a signal. But what I do notice is this antenna is locked down at minus 8 dB. And I know way back in the day when I was installing wide area Wi-Fi networks, we'd run our sort of local antennas at 20 dB just to give them a really strong connection. So I'm wondering whether I can give the motorhome Wi-Fi people a call tomorrow, have a chat with them and find out what the hell is going on. It's a bit disappointing, I've got to say, but I'm going to reserve judgment on it. I mean, I can see from where I'm standing now, I can see, because I've put an extra access point down there, so I've installed a little Wi-Fi extension just onto the patio area, so I could see it more easily, and still I can't get that antenna to connect to it. I can understand why my phone from here won't connect to that, because there's sort of metal fences and gates in the way, but even when I'm up on the roof and pointing directly down that way, it's just not getting a signal at all. Disappointing, wondering if I'm doing something wrong, wondering if the box needs to be reset in some way so that we can actually connect to that. But I'll update you on that as we go on. I'm going to have a chat with them hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, whatever. But that'll be it. One thing about Tuesday is it's the 26th of March. 3 years ago we started our travels, but more on that in future videos. Anyway, but that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's given you a little bit more of a feel about the trials and tribulations of getting Wi-Fi out and about in rural Spain, and that you've enjoyed that. If you have, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to continue following our adventures as we travel around the UK and Europe, living full time in our auto trail Comanche. Bye bye for now.